Hey there, happy Wednesday afternoon. Card number 2 coming to you. So this is truly the result of that saying there is no sick days, because you usually make up for your work on other days. And so I kind of feel like that, but like in a fun way. Like, who can say like this is their job that they have to do, right? And I know I don't even have to bring you these videos, but when I have cute projects lined up, I just always feel like I want to show everybody, not just those that came to the certain class. So I'm not even going to show you like all the details of this card until I get my camera turned around. So I'm going to do that right away. And hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I did as well. So, cute story with this, and this is why I didn't want to like unfold it reverse image that way. So I received this card. Oops, hold on, sorry, I hate to jiggle my tripod here. But I received this card in a leaders swap recently. And when we do our swaps, they're in those clear envelopes. And so I saw this and I thought, well, that's really cute. One of my favorite celebration products has been the Friendly Seagulls stamp set. And I thought, this is cute. I like those bright colors together, Flirty Flamingo, Coastal Cabana. But I'm like, you know, it just doesn't really do anything. Well, lo and behold, guess what happens when you take it out of the clear envelope? It is the cutest little fun fold. Oops, it fell apart. Okay, the cutest little fun fold. So we've got those seagulls now that, whoops, hold on. Oh my goodness. Like, there we go. That's totally my fault. So there we have it. You pull on the Hey Friend. And here you've got the seagull on the front, the seagull in the middle there. And I once again thought, oh, maybe the people at the class would struggle a little bit putting this together. But I think like anybody, once you know, you just got to sit down, tackle it, look it over, pull it apart, or however. People did really, really well with this one. And I did hover a little bit just to make sure, because it's like, why not help and make it an enjoyable experience, right? Okay, so like I said, looks kind of like it could just be a playing card, but I loved it. So I knew I had to share it with you. So total credit goes to Stamp with Anita. I'm not sure who that is, but she must be in the leaders group that I'm with. So Stamp with Anita, this is totally her card. And I'm going to show you my take with it. Okay, so I didn't have, actually her card's so cute, I'm not going to put the post-it note over it. I didn't have this wave embossing folder. So what I did is I did the birch wood 3D embossing folder for my project. And so everybody that came to class, this is what was sitting in front of them, was then the birch wood. So I scored it in half. So I knew when I inserted it into my embossing folder where that score line was. So I knew not to put my folder any further past there. And because it's scored, then people could just get out their bone folder tool and give that a good crease. So that helped. And then I, ahead of time, already cut out this from the Nested Essentials dies. So these are the Nested Essentials dies that have the oblong, the banner cuts, and then kind of that hexagon looking one too. And here's the embossing folder, one of those really large ones. So you can see it can fit like a whole card base through there. Hello there, Kirsten. I hope you're watching on the airplane. Okay. So that's how it started, is I cut and embossed that much of it. So we've got that going. And then next what I did is I cut out, this is that same shape. So I just took that same Nested Essential die again and cut that out of Flirty Flamingo, and then the next smaller size to go on top of that, just basic white. So Nested Essentials there. So then we have these 2 layers, and then what else are we looking at? Just like 3 little strips of basic white, and I'll show you also what I did. You'll get a kick out of that, but I felt it was necessary. I scored them, but I'll show you that when we get to that point. I took this panel, and this panel is cut six inches wide by 5, let me just double check, 5 1/4. So 5 1/4, 6 inches. And then I scored it every 2 inches so that it folds. And so we have then this and this. And then I'm going to take my bone folder again and give that a good crease with that. All right. Okay. So then what I encourage the ladies to do was like kind of visualize then how this fun fold is going to come together. Hi there, Kim. Glad to have you joining in. So we know that this is going to eventually get taped onto the card, but I never want my people to tape or adhere things down until they're done stamping, because we know what can happen with that. All right. Oops, my sample is falling apart. I'm going to really have to, I think because I played with it so much at the class to show people, that is probably why. So what we're going to work on now that we've got the creases in there is stamping out the cute penguins and the little trail here. And so that we get that kind of built up. So let me grab my, oh my goodness, where's my other cute little seagull? Now I'm a little nervous. Oh, here it is. I was like, usually I feel like I'm prepped, and I looked, saw the seagull and thought, okay, I'm set, but I need 2 for this one. All right, so let me get out my Memento black ink pad here. And I'm going to do this cute guy first, the one that has the French fries in his mouth. And I'm just going to stamp that almost, yeah, towards the top, but almost in the middle. All right, I've got him. And then I'm going to do the I love you more than. I'm just going to do the stamping out in the middle right away. And I think it's kind of funny because usually my inside is what I save for last to work with, and so when I go off schedule like that, it kind of throws me for a loop, but not you guys. And I'm going to save some space there for the rocks that we're going to add, but I'm going to stamp the word French fries down here. So I love you more than French fries. And since we're stamping, we're going to get the other, whoops, the other seagull, the one that looks like it's kind of squawking or yelling. I'm going to get him inked up in Memento black, kind of in the middle, because we want to save some space there for those shells again. And I think I'm just going to go ahead with the Hey Friend and stamp that out. Let's see, I'm going to stamp it, kind of leave a little edge there and stamp that there. It'll make sense when I actually do it. Okay, so I've got that. And now let's do the coloring. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Stampin' Blends. I've got Smoky Slate, Light and Dark, the Daffodil Dark, and then the Flirty Flamingo, both colors. I'm going to start with the Flirty Flamingo Dark, and you guys will laugh at this because, let me get my camera closer. I'd like to know, like, what happens with the coloring. You guys will laugh because I actually, like, followed directions because I saw in Diana's card, like, she, even though these areas are small, she did the dark and the light with the blends. And I really thought it made a difference, and I thought, well, that's cute, so I'm going to go with the dark. This other seagull here, there's not a lot to show, so I'm not going to go into that, but I am going to kind of do dark on just the sides there. So that color's all done, but let me, not color, but dark of the color, I should say. Now let me just blend the light into the dark, and I do love the effect on that. Just kind of has a fun color wash look to it. I'm going to go over with the little webbed feet there too. So I've got that. Now that color is totally done. And then I'm just going to take that dark Daffodil Delight and go over those French fries. And I kind of just brush that on pretty lightly because those French fries are pretty skinny, but that's why I like using the bullet tip. And now for the Smoky Slate. I'm going to start with the dark first and just kind of go over these wings into this band. You can see I went over like over the band. It's not like I'm going out of the lines when I reach it. I kind of did that on purpose so that that area too would look blended, and kind of go down a little bit there. And that's all I'm going to do for the darker color, but same thing here with these wings because I want them to match. I kind of went out of the line a little bit, so then I intentionally went out of the line to grab that and kind of make it even anyway. So I'm just going to kind of do that. So it's kind of messy, as you can see there, but it's going to make sense now when I come back with the light. So I'm just going to come back with the light. I'm going to pull that out of the lines a little bit, and then just color back into the darker so that it pulls and blends that. And then I'm just going to kind of outline that. I'm going to go up here into the neck. I'm just double checking it. This is light smoky slate. It looks, the light smoky slate today looks darker, but like anything, I always tell people just wait for it to dry and it'll be fine. It'll look lighter. So I've got that. And then for this guy here, I'm just going to finish in that band by blending that, and then finish that little loop too. And then finish this band and kind of color in a little bit of this area there, and kind of come through under the belly and connect that. But that's all I'm going to do for that one. All right, so there's not a lot of coloring to these guys, and I feel like they just kind of when they're kind of subtle, they're almost like more fun to look at that way too. All right, I'm going to pop this back because it gets kind of hard on the eyes, but for the coloring I like to be able to have it close so you can see what's going on. Oops. Sorry again with my tripod, it just kind of wants to stick at a weird height. I want it to be like my height. I don't want to fight it. Not today, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, so now we're just going to add a little bit more stamping. I love how when Diana, who for those of you that just joining me, I'm casing a card that I received as a swap. Or Anita, I said Diana, stamp with Anita. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with who she is. So on this, we have the Coastal Cabana. Excuse me, let me take a sip of water here. Feeling better every day, otherwise I wouldn't even be doing my little demos. All right, so I've got the rocks from the Friendly Seagull and the seashells. So I'm going to start with the rocks, and I'm just going to stamp out that in Coastal Cabana a couple times. And then the seashells. And then this is going to go like right up and over and into the crease. It's going to be like a continuous pattern here of not rock, paper, scissors, but rock, seashells. Okay. My grandkids are really into rock, paper, scissors now all of a sudden. I don't know why. And then I'm just going to do one more rock, but it's going to connect to the card kind of. And so we're not going to have to worry about finishing it to the edge. So actually this is all done. And then I'm just going to flip over to this guy and finish with the rocks and a little bit of seashells. And this I'm just going to stamp on top of my host code here to finish that. So we've got that look going on there. Excuse me. Okay, so now, excuse me, everything is officially stamped. It's time to assemble it and put it together. Last time I grabbed a cough drop just before I went live, like a couple hours ago, and I thought, oh, that worked. I should be good. Well, you know what? It worked. I should have done it again, right? Okay, so I've got adhesive on this panel here. So this is going to go, and I like to eye it about that 1/4 inch away from the edge. Excuse me. And I'm just going to fold that down like so. And I'm going to leave that and kind of do a little bit more assembling here. This can just be adhesive on the back, and that's going to go right on top of that Flirty Flamingo framed piece there. And now before I put this on, I'm going to attach these two little pieces. And before class, I literally, like, these are 1/2 inch by 2 inches. Let me just double check. Yes, 1/2 inch by 2 inch pieces. And so at the 1 inch mark, I scored them so that the people would have them scored. So I had them like just give it a little bit of a crunch there, and it folds easy. But I said you guys can then open them up, and you can put your adhesive all the way across this piece because it's going to attach that way. So just put adhesive all the way across. And so it's sticky all the way, sticky all the way. And now when I put this on, it's going to be at the top here. And I want that crease to be right at this edge here. So we've got that like so. And I'm going to do that at the bottom as well, just so that's there. And then that crease is there. And so then this is sticky here. So it's already stuck, sticky there. And I'm just going to fold that back down and then press this shut, okay? Excuse me. Now the adhesive, at first I was telling people just put adhesive on the 1/2 of this, but I thought, you know what, it's only going to adhere to this. So then I rethought my decision and said, put your adhesive on the white that is showing, and then you'll know you're not getting too much over on that side. And then this just fits right within that window, and hopefully everything is stuck together. So that's, yes, those pieces stuck there that we had cut, so that's perfect. And then we're just going to add that little hey friend. So I stamped this out right away in the beginning, and then I'm just going to just trim that down a hair. I'm going to do the banner cut here quick with my scissors, cutting up the middle, and then from the side to the center and side to the center. And then I'm just going to add, whoops, I was going to add a dimensional, but I had it going over there. There's not a lot of space on there, so I'm just going to add that. So, and turn it around just so that it's on there without hanging over. There we go. There we go. Okay, now this is going to kind of go by his feet. I want to make sure that it doesn't go too far off. And hang off the side of the card, because that becomes a problem when we put it in envelopes, all right? So now this actually adds a fun little like pull tag to it, so you can go like this and then open up the fun fold like that. How fun is that, you guys? So I hope that you could follow that all along. And like I said, I have measurements for those of you that maybe joined in on the end of it. Hello there, Susie. Good to see you on here. So like I said, that was a totally case project that I received as a swap card in my leaders group. So it's kind of fun to bring that to you and show you that. And also just to show you that, yes, like I got this card as the swap, and I changed out the embossing folder, but did so much of it that I loved that she did from that. So kudos to Stamp with Anita. So if you're Anita or know who Anita is, you'll have to say, hey, the demo I was watching today used your card. So, but yeah, like I said, also for those of you joining in, I thought the card when I got it was just like this, and I thought it was cute in itself, but how fun to have something that does that. And to make cards extra special like that for some people that you know are going to appreciate it and get a kick out of it, that's kind of fun to have that extra little flair to your card too. So I won't be going live for the next few days. Obviously, I still need to get a little bit better because my open house, my big annual open house, is a Saturday here in my home from 1 till 5. Please come out if you can. And so the next few days are going to be rearranging my house to look like a store, cutting for my 3 free make and takes that everybody has access to when they're here. I'll be baking goodies, and guess what? My mother-in-law phoned me last night. She is making her little German Prischka treats. Those are like little individual pies. They are the bomb. And so she thinks that she loves helping out, so she thinks if she can do that to help out, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that is like a huge help. So for those of you that have had her treats in the past, because she has done that before, you guys are in for a treat, because you'll know how good that they are. So hopefully I'll see you Saturday, and then I hope to come live to you guys again on a more routine schedule next week. But yeah, there's just a couple days left in the week, so I think I've done pretty good with getting 6 videos out to you guys so far this week. So enjoy. Hope to see you Saturday. Bye-bye.